What's going on, everybody? Thanks for checking in again on my channel. This is part 8 of my ukulele build. It's a StewMac.com tenor ukulele kit. You can see where we're at. Gotta take the clamps off of this. I just glued the neck on last time, as well as laid out for the bridge. So let's get these clamps off and see what it looks like. Let's take these out first. And I'll get that caul out that I made to go around the braces. There we go. Alright, there's another piece of tape in there. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to get it out. I'll get that out later. This didn't take a little while, so let me get this rubber band stuff off of here. Not too bad, so I do have a little bit of cleanup to do from some glue squeeze out. So let me get that taken care of and then I'll come back to you. Since that last clip, I've cleaned up the glue from around the glue joint. I've taped off the fretboard. I've cleaned the whole thing down with mineral spirits to get off all of the dust, and I've even blown it off with a air hose. What I've done here is I've taken an old jump rope, took the handle off of one end, I drilled a hole into a dowel, and I've got the dowel going through one of the holes there on the headstock. So what I can do with this is I can apply the finish while I'm holding this. I can apply it everywhere, and then I can just let it hang to dry until the next coat. So what I'm using is True Oil. I'm going to give this a go. And I'm using some t-shirt material. Well, it's not really a t-shirt, but it's kind of like a t-shirt. It comes in a bag like that. I use those in leatherworking, so I stole those from my leatherworking stash. I've got a leatherworking channel if you're interested, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this dowel like this, apply the finish. Let's try this out. I'm just going to fold this t-shirt material over a few times. Phew, this stuff doesn't smell very good, I'll tell you that much. This is going to be really thin coats. Make sure I don't miss any spots, and it's really dark in here and it's hard to see. Well, I'm going to keep this up and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get done with the first coat. Looks pretty nice with one coat. Darken it up a good bit. Looking pretty good. So True Oil, it smells pretty bad. The wood really soaked it up, so there's already some dry spots that look like drier than other spots, but I did a pretty good coat all the way around. The headstock's got some splotchiness to it, so I gotta let that dry for some time, and then I'll do some more coats, and then I'll get back with you when I get done with all of them. It's gonna probably be a while. Check it out, I'm still gearing up to build my first guitar. It's going to be an OM style guitar. This is 10 coats. You would have just seen a clip showing 5 coats. So you can see its glare, the shine on it. It looks pretty cool, I gotta say, but I think I'm going to stop here. I did not do a pour fill or anything like that. It probably would look better if I did. It probably looks smoother if I had done a pour fill, but I don't have the stuff to do that, so I'm going to stop here. But just to knock some of the shine off of it, I think I'm going to take some 4/0 steel wool and go over the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I guess I can take off the tape now from the neck and where the bridge goes. It's pretty cool to see the difference in the unfinished wood and the finished wood. It looks pretty cool, I gotta say. I like the way that the color of the wood came out. I can see some things that I have messed up. I mean, it's more shiny around these corners where I really couldn't get the steel wool at, and I guess where just the oil was heavier in those corners, I guess where I was trying to squeeze it in. And also, if I look straight on at this bridge location, it doesn't look straight. It looks like this side is higher. I'm not sure how much that may affect the sound or the intonation, but when I do a guitar I'll want to be more precise about that kind of thing. So now I have to take the bridge and tape off around this area and then glue the bridge down, so let's do that. And here's the dry run of the bridge glue. So I've got a caul that I cut here. I've got 2 little wedged pieces underneath here that I cut. It's just a small little wedge. Putting this caul right on the middle, there's a gap on this lower part of the bridge, so that's where the wedge will go. And that will squeeze those end parts down onto the body. Just got this caul double-sided tape stuck here, and that goes right inside the X braces where the bridge plate is on the inside. The directions do say to put the tape down on your clothes, get tape not so sticky, since it If you leave it on too long, you can mess up your finish. That looks good all the way around. So I guess one thing I got to remember to do is to sand off that little pencil mark I made on the front for the center. Alright, I think that I'm ready to go. I've double checked that I have everything, and I do. Some on the back of the bridge. Alright, one thing is I can't see I've covered up the edges with the glue. I've got a lot of glue squeezed out. Let's get this in there. Alright, clean up some of this squeeze out on the tape where I'm going to put the wedges at, so I don't get too much on the wedges. Put these wedges in now. I'm just going to be hand tight. As tight as I can squeeze them in there by hand. That's going to do, I suppose. So let's get the glue off. Alright, this time I remembered to bring some warm water and wipe up this glue squeeze out. I'm really making sure I get all of it up. I've got the nut with 220 double stick tape to it, and I'm just going to put that on here against the neck or the fingerboard and just sand that little bit of finish off. This is just to make sure the glue works and doesn't come unstuck because of the finish. While the bridge is gluing, I'm going to install the tuners, or I'm going to try to. I've got 4 tuners, and what I'm doing here is I'm laying them out to make sure I have them on the right sides, because you have 2 for the right and 2 for the left. Several years ago I built a cigar box guitar, which is very, very, very basic build compared to this ukulele. Really didn't take but like 2 days to make it, but I installed the tuners upside down because I didn't realize there were 2 left in that case, one right. I've laid these out. You can see that they've got this round part facing down, so you can see if I tried to put this one on the left side, the tuner will be coming out the bottom or be below that tuning peg. So I want to make sure I have them in the right location so that when I put them in, I'll put them in the right spot. So I'm just going to put the tuner through there. Got a washer. I've got like a hex nut thing. Just going to do that hand tight for right now, just to hold it in place. I'm going to do that for each one. Alright, what's that? Stuff on there. Alright, so now I'm going to make sure they're all square and even and they're aligned. I've got an awl and I'm going to mark where I need to pre-drill. I'll take them off and pre-drill. Alright, now I just got to put the tuners back in and tighten them up. Well, you can see we're at the finish line. I just need some mineral oil, which I do not have in my possession. I'll have to go get some. And then I need to wipe down the fretboard with that and the bridge, and then I'll be ready to string up. So let's do it! Alright, it's the next day and I finally have some mineral oil, so I'm ready to wipe down the fretboard and the bridge. So let's go ahead and put some onto the fretboard. Of course, mineral oil is something that you would have to replenish later on. So it's not something that has to be upkept a little bit. Oh yeah, it's gonna look pretty good once it gets darkened up. So let me come back to you in a minute. We've all got our popsicles. Alright, well I've got the mineral oil on and I'm ready to do the strings. I've never stringed a ukulele before. I've been playing guitar since I was 16, so I've done my fair share of guitars, but never done a ukulele. Now, I built this for Nora. Why did I build it for you?
Because the other one broke and I can't use yours to practice, so he's making me one.
We spent $70 on that for her birthday in May. So once that happened, I said, I'm gonna just build one for her. I've been looking for an excuse to get into lutherie. So here we are at the end of this, so let's go ahead and put the strings on. Alright, go. I'm just going to put the bridge on like this without any glue first, just to see how the string height is. If I have to lower it, the string height at all, I can take the bridge off, sand it, and put it back on. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this one tight, and I'll be right back. Well, it took forever, but I finally got to the right notes. I've never turned a knob so many times. These things are so stretchy. All right, so 2 more strings down, and then we'll be ready to show it off. All right, the strings are all on. I got a couple old books from my mom, who used to play ukulele, I guess a long time ago. An old Mel Bay book. 2 Mel Bay books. So I don't know what these chords are. Hold it like this. Push your finger right there. Now strum it. There you go. What you think? So we'll have to learn some chords and learn some form and stuff like that, but I think you're gonna like it. So it's much better than that blue guitar that was all jacked up. Pretty cool, huh? You like it? Well, it's nylon, it's not steel, like the guitar. I've got a guitar build coming up, as you've seen. I've got a guitar build coming up that I'm planning, so I'm going to build an OM style guitar. But anyway, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.